And without further ado, and I know all of you are excited as I am, the pleasure is now mine to turn you over to our evaluator. And tonight, our evaluator of Toastmasters Monifa speech is Toastmaster Jordan Lindsay. Take it away, Jordan Lindsay. The virtual lectern is yours.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jordana Lindsay, and I will be the evaluator for Miss Monifa St. John's speech this afternoon, right? So for Miss Monifa St. John, her purpose of her presentation would be to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. Miss St. John will be encouraged to deliver an engaging keynote style speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. Ms. St. John should demonstrate excellent presentation skills and deliver compelling content. The speech is not a report on the content of the Prepare to Speak Professionally project. These speeches are normally to be 18 and 22 minutes, but because this is a training for Ms. St. John, she will be going up to 60 minutes this evening. So, the speech titled, A VPPR's Guide to Canva for Beginners, that is for Miss Monifa St. John. Handing over to our Toastmaster of the evening to do the formal introduction.
Thank you so much, Madam Evaluator. And I will be reading our presenter's bio. Born April 19th, 1986, Monifa St. John is the Vice President of Public Relations for the prestigious Antigua Toastmasters Club. From the transferable skills learned in Toastmasters, she is now the Public Relations Communications Officer for Mental Health and NCDs in the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Environment on the Caribbean Island of Antigua and Barbuda. She is an aspiring author, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and mental health advocate who lived in Wuhan, China for over 11 years until recently. Monifa has a passion for helping others, entrepreneurship, and education. Monifa is a multi-award winning entrepreneur for her business, Eden's Healthy Kitchen Wuhan, a food catering company. She considers herself an idea incubator, taking your ideas and assisting you to realize your true potential in creating a business you can be proud of. Monifa is the ultimate cheerleader. She truly enjoys seeing others win. Monifa is a co-founder and PRO of Mental Health TalkAntigua, an NGO formed to be a resource and educational platform for mental health in Antigua and Barbuda. Did you know Miss St. John speaks Mandarin? Miss St. John would like to build an orphanage and boarding school of excellence. Miss St. John is in the planning stages of creating a community for battered women. Visiting Toastmasters, guests, please help me welcome to the virtual lectern our presenter, Miss Monifa St. John. Please put your hands together for her.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jordina and Toastmaster Francois, for you both introducing me to this virtual stage. I am in awe of you reading my bio like that, and thank you so much. Fellow Toastmasters, invited guests, distinguished Toastmasters, good evening. And I am so happy that you're here with us today to have the ultimate beginner's guide Canva training for not just Toastmasters, but also persons who are prospective Toastmasters, business owners, a person who would just like to learn a new skill. So welcome to the VPPR's guide, Canva for Beginners. You would have received, most of you would have received a PDF in your emails on just an overview on what the Toastmasters guide or this evening's topic would be about. So I think we have it in the chat. So I would like you to open it and go along with me. But today's training is an interactive training. I am not just speaking to you this evening. We are going to open Canva and we're going to do the work. Because after today, I guarantee you, you will be the next VPPR of your club, or you will be able to at least create a flyer for your business, for your club, or just to say thank you to anyone in your life. So let's get started. First, we will be opening our account. So like I said, this is an interactive training. So I would like us to communicate with each other. I am not just the only person here. We're here to learn. So let's open a new page on either your phone. Well, hopefully all of you have a desktop, but if you don't, you can do it on your phone as well. If you're doing it on your phone, download the app Canva. And if you're doing it on your desktop, can you open www.canva.com, CANVA.com. And I am going to do this with you. So I'm sharing my screen. Can everybody see my screen? So I typed in here www.canva.com. I would like everyone to do the same. We are going to learn today how to make sure to sign into Canva and to create a flyer. Can I have some thumbs up for when you have got to your page, or just say done? I have and while you're doing that, I have a quote from Saul Bass. And in my guide, the quote says, "Design is thinking made visual." And that really resonated with me because I think this is what it is. And when persons are asking, oh, I cannot design, I don't have a design bone in my body, I say, why not? You are the ultimate designer because you know what you want to see. So once you know what to see and you're thinking it, you can design it. So have everyone, okay, so everyone says done. I don't have DTM Mark, I'm sure you do. But Canva is here for that. So if you do not have a design bone in your body, that's fine. Canva is here to make it easy for you. So let's get downloading. Okay, so everyone has opened, hopefully. And you would see here, you can continue with your Apple account, with your Google account, with Facebook, or you can sign in with an email. Although I like to link my accounts, I also prefer going in with an email. So click on email and you would see here, continue with email. So you type in your email. I have here Antigua Toastmasters at gmail.com. That is our email address. And that is what we'll be using today for this training. So we can click on continue once you've typed in your email. And for the name, I will have VPPR, because this account will be for all VPPRs who come under the Antigua Toastmasters Club. So a VPPR, and I will type in a password. So you can, let's see, you can type in whatever password that you think. So I will type in one. Okay. Let me write that down so I could remember in the future. So write down your passwords so that you can remember it, and let's get started. Okay, so they would have sent you a code, but also for security purposes, and because I am on incognito, usually this verification comes up. If it does not come up for you, that's okay, but it's because I'm at work and I'm on incognito at work. So this is why this verification comes up. So I verify and the code is sent to my email. And because I have access to this account, I will go into my email. Hopefully you use an email that is easily accessible. And I will get that code. Okay. And I have the code now. And there we have it. I have made my Canva account. So I'm looking for thumbs up to see if we have persons have reached this far before I move on. Can I have a thumbs up if you've reached this far? Or an okay in the chat. I am looking. Oh, you already have your account. Okay, great. Okay. Anyone else? Remember, this is interactive. So let's do the work. Okay. So another person is on their account. And some of you would have had Canva previously, so that is okay that you sign in. That is okay, we're getting there. Okay, so some of you would have already have a Canva account, but I would like, if some of you don't have a Canva account, that's okay. This is for you to create it. All right, so let's move on. So it will prompt you, Canva will prompt you to ask you what will you be using Canva for. And you could either be using it as for a teacher, as a student, small businesses, charity, personal, or large company. I like to say personal, and then you can also look at how many, you can also look at how many members you would like to invite. But for now, we will invite them later. And Canva is free. So when they say start your free trial, you can, this is to try Canva Pro, but Canva is free. So we'll say maybe later. We'll use the free account. And so here you have it. Canva, we have our Canva account, right? My desktop is frozen, getting in. Okay. So hopefully you can reset your computer. And if you have any questions, please write them down, because at the end we will have a question and answer section. So now that you have your account, the fun part begins. I am so excited about this part. This part is basically learning the ins and outs of what we should do in Canva. I mean, we could have spent just 10 minutes going over this, but because I want you to do it, this is why our training is a little bit longer this evening. So you're in Canva and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have no idea, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I have no clue. So here's where you get the clue. First of all, you have to do a few things before you start designing. Can anyone tell me, what are some things you think that you need to do before designing, or before you start whatever project that you want to work on? Anyone? You can turn on your mics if you
You can have a sketch.
Okay, you can create a sketch.
Need to know what information you want to put in?
the information, that is correct. Anything else?
Chat has check your format.
Check your format.
Probably
Know
create a
which
file
one.
name.
Create a file name, that is important. And someone else mentioned something else?
Know what color you're using.
The color schemes. Okay. So these are very good suggestions for what you should do before you get started. And some of the other ones are, because we know we're creating things like flyers, we want to make sure we create a folder for the things that we would like to use in our flyer. So I like to make sure to have a few pictures available. And because we're talking about Toastmasters, Toastmasters is very strict when it comes to the type of photos that are being used. So what I like to do is I would go onto the internet and I would research photos for public speaking, professional meetings, and I will get free photos because of course you have the ones for that are paid, but good old Google gives you free photos where you can download and have them in a particular folder. I also like to have folder pictures of all the members in the club and of past meetings, because you know, for the past 2 years we've been on Zoom, but previously to that they would have had meetings and they would have had pictures for these meetings. So I like to collect those and keep them in a particular folder. Then, and I usually keep it on my desktop. Then I would also write in advance what are the things that I want to include in that flyer. So for example, if it's a Toastmaster meeting flyer, I have a few different things that I like to do a checklist on. I like to make sure to have the name of the club. I like to make sure the date is correct. It's very important to put time zones because now we're in Zoom. There are many different, there are people from different countries and they have different time zones. So that's important on a flyer. I like to put the social media pages, the information where you can reach us, and specific things about that particular meeting, like the theme of the meeting and sorry, I just saw a message. So the theme of the meeting and basically make sure to keep what the word count is. So I put it in a Word document so it's easily for me to copy and paste into Canva. And then I like to make sure I have the color schemes. So someone said color. And I like to make sure that the color schemes are to the brand. And so I have a previous Canva account that I use, my personal Canva account. And on that Canva account, I have many different brands that I work for under that account. And it gets confusing. Okay, so we will show you the design and the design concept on all the things that you have problems with, and with all what I said to fit on the page. So that's no problem, DTM Mark. We will sort that out for you. So thank you for that. I'll jot that down. Okay, and so now that you know some of the things you can do beforehand, now we are on Canva, and let's say we've had this information already. And before we go into that, I just want to talk about what Canva really is and why is it such a powerful tool for us to use. So Canva is a wonderful online tool that has been designed to empower you to design a wide range of things. You can design posters to business cards, trifold brochures to wedding invitations, presentations, and marketing materials. Canva is a free service that requires a free account. So we just created our account, and congratulations to you if you just created your account. And I'm happy that if you already have your account, great tool to use. You can sign up for Canva by the steps that we showed when signing up. And Canva is completely web-based. And this is another reason why I love Canva. So designs and projects you start on are on the computer and can be accessed in any location. So DTM Mark, once you come to Antigua for vacation, you can still be the VPPR in Malaysia, because you can design your flyers here in Antigua and just email them over to Malaysia. And once you have your account, all your flyers and your design work will be under one account. Okay. So let's get started. Is everyone ready? Because after this presentation, some of you will be invited to share what you have created, and we will go into what can you do better, or what are some suggestions, some tips and tricks. So when you are in Canva, the thing that I like to do, especially from the VPPR perspective, is to create your brand kit. So let's look at the tool, for example, and let's say we're doing this for social media. We're creating a post for Instagram. So we click on social media, and at the top you would see For You, presentations, social media, video, print products, marketing, and office. So we are going to create a social media post today, and we click on social media, and then here it shows you different social media brands. So for example, you can, sorry, I clicked on something by mistake. One second. Okay, so you can do something in Instagram or Facebook, and in Instagram and Facebook, you have the stories, and you can go on to show WhatsApp status, Instagram, and these are different sizes. So you might think, oh, I can use one design in all the platforms, but no. For WhatsApp status, if you hover over it, you will see the different size of it. So it's 1080 by 1920. If you go on Instagram, an Instagram post is usually 1080 by 1080. So we click on Instagram post and it's blank. So now that it's blank, we skip tour. If you look to the left, you will see element, upload, text, and more. So these are the things that you are working with: your element, your upload, your text. But if you are like DTM Mark and you're saying that you have no clue what to do in Canva, I would go into here and say see all. And I might look for something that is something that I like. Okay, we can go back to home and then look at all the templates for social media. So you go on social media, you go to Instagram post, and you click the search at the top, the magnifying glass, and then all these templates come up for your Instagram post. I'm not going to tell you which template to pick. You will pick a template on your own to edit, and at the end of this presentation, you will show us your work. And so if I'm doing a flyer for Toastmasters, I look for something a little bit more professional, and then I edit it. So I would probably look for something a little professional. I like this, business strategies, but it's a little plain for me. And I would probably do something like this. So this is a real estate template. And if you are a real estate agent, this is perfect for you. You can implement your own pictures and you can actually edit this to your liking, but I'm going to edit this for Toastmasters. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So in Canva, there is pro version, which is the paid version, and there's the free version. So I'm right now, this template is actually for the paid version. So I will just simply exit this template because of course it's the paid version. And anything with a crown on the side, it is paid Canva, and anything without a crown, it means it's free. So because that is a paid version, I would go for something free. So let's say I want to do a post about highlighting, let's say highlighting the Toastmaster of the evening. I would click on something like this that is free. Okay, so we have a blank canvas to work with. Another thing that I would do in Canva is to make my life a little bit easier by creating a brand kit for Toastmasters. So in my brand kit, I would go to, I would go back to home and I would create a brand kit here. So the brand kit is for paid brands, but for the free version of Canva, you can upload one brand kit. So here, I would look for a logo that is the Canva logo. Sorry, the Toastmasters logo.
It's called Festival of 1962 to 2012. This is what it's like.
Hello?
Yes, sorry, how did you get to brand kit?
Okay, so I went home. I clicked on home at the top.
Yes.
And I scrolled down here to brand kit. But it looks like Canva has changed up their sorry, back in the day, which is almost about 7 years ago, I downloaded Canva, and about 5 years ago, sorry, I downloaded Canva and it was free for one brand kit, but we can try it for free for 30 days and then see, let's see if it asks me for, yes, it asks me for a credit card. Okay, so what I will do is I will switch over to my paid account. But for those of you who are using it on the free Canva, what I would suggest is to download the logo from Toastmasters International. So we can do that now. You can download the logo by going on to Toastmasters International. 1 second. Or if you have the logo already, this goes to Toastmasters. Or you can type in Google, you can type in Toastmasters logo. So the logos will come up in an image. But here on Toastmasters International resource page, they have, can you see the resource page? Is everybody seeing this page?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. So you would have on the resource page, the different logos and designs, pathways, badges that you can use on your flyer. So I like to download a PGN because a PGN file has no background. So you can place it on any surface or you can place it on any background and it still looks like the actual logo. So let's download that. So it doesn't come with the white logo at the back. It will, when you download it and you place it on your flyer, it will look like the Toastmaster logo. So if you click on that, you download it. Okay. Am I moving too fast for everyone, or are you following?
I have not been able to get into Toastmasters yet because I'm working on a little iPad to find the Toastmasters logos. So you've gone way past me.
Okay, so what you can do is just go into Google on your iPad and type in Toastmaster logo. And in Google, because I'm going to do it with you on my phone, so that I don't get anyone lost, because today we have to create our flyer. Yes, DTM Mark?
Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm not actually doing the thing, but I'm just curious. Would it make sense to, in that file that you create before you start doing all of this, would it make sense to have all the like the Toastmasters logo and all that things in that file as well? Would that help?
Thank you so much, DTM Mark. Yes, that would help tremendously, having all the necessary logos and different pictures that you need in that file if you have a free version of Canva. And after we have imported this logo, it will be inside of Canva forever until you delete it. So once you have imported this logo into Canva, then you won't have to keep importing. All right. So I would have mentioned, if you received the PDF earlier, you would have been asked to prepare this, but since we're doing it from scratch and we are doing it for beginners, we're working together to get it done together. So once you have that downloaded, oh no, you don't have to do a Toastmaster flyer if you don't want to. This is just a training session, but for the VPPRs, I think that you should do a Toastmaster flyer just for us to see your skills, or people who want to be a VPPR. But if you are not in Toastmaster and you want to just learn how to create a flyer, we encourage you to just use your brand colors, and this if you have a logo, use your logo as well. Okay. So now that we have had our logo downloaded, we go back into Canva and we would have chosen a design. So let me choose a design again. So I chose.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I chose this design. And I want to put this logo that I downloaded here into this picture. So what I do is I go into what we call uploads. So you click on uploads and you click upload media. If you go into upload media, you would see the Toastmaster logo at the top. So I would click on the Toastmaster logo and it gets uploaded here on the left-hand corner in my uploads. And this would be here forever. So I can click on it and it will go into my document, and I can resize it by using the corners, with the circular dot. You can resize by going in and out, right? But I want to resize it to a nice size because we want Toastmasters to be seen. Let's get a little smaller, okay, to scale it. All right, so I have it in the corner there. So my logo is on the page. Now let's talk about the second thing. The second thing in Toastmasters, so we have the logo already completed, but we want to make sure it's brand compliance by having the correct Toastmasters colors. Can anyone tell me what the Toastmasters colors are? We should know this by heart, Toastmasters.
Maroon.
Yes, it's maroon, but that's not the name of it. What's the name of it? Hello? So it's maroon.
I'm not sure, but there's a gray as well, a maroon,
Okay.
a gray, and a blue, and a yellow.
A maroon, a gray, a blue, and a yellow. Great job. But we have to be specific when it comes to Toastmasters. We can't just use any blue, any green, any gray, because in Toastmasters, we have what you call a brand kit and a brand guide. That brand guide is extremely important. It is like the Bible for a VPPR. Okay, so it is the go-to thing that we have to use to be in compliance with Toastmasters brand. And if you didn't know this, most large and small, if they have done their homework correctly, companies have what you call a brand guide. Louis Vuitton has a very thick brand guide. Gucci has a brand guide. There are thousands. Apple has a brand guide, and their brand guide, well, Apple's brand guide gets renewed every year. However, old brands like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Gucci, that uses the same emblem and logo for many years, they have a specific brand guide with minimal changes now and again. And as you know, Toastmasters have revamped their brand guide, and I think it was a few years ago. And now this brand guide is for now until they revamp it again. So a brand guide is very important, or brand kit is very important for your business. If you're a small business owner, get ahead of the game by creating your brand guide, because it will help designers and it will help your PR person to know what are the specifications for designing a flyer, designing social media content, designing your products around your brand guide. It's very important. And the brand guide serves as rules and regulations to use the fonts, the logos, your brand colors, and also different specifications. For example, Toastmasters cannot be on this background because it's not a brand color, or white or black. So this is against the rule in Toastmasters. If I leave this flyer like this, it's against the rule for my brand guide. And so let's move on to the brand colors. So I would click on more. Some of you may have a drop-down box here with all of the other specifications in your left-hand corner. However, you see they will have photos, styles, audio, video, backgrounds, charts, and folders. In your photos, Canva has free photos for you to use if you wish. And if you click on audio, you can upload some music to your videos or your picture if you would like. If you click on styles, this is where you can put a color palette in. So this is where we are, and this is what we will do. We will edit a color palette. So we can put the color palette. Yes, so that is what's free.
Could you go back to that again and tell me where to get the color thing again, please?
Sure, no problem. So if you look on the left-hand corner, you would have a list. You can click on more, and then you click on styles.
Oh, styles. Okay, thank you.
Okay. In styles, you would look at the top and you would see Untitled Brand Kit. You can rename that, edit it, and put Toastmasters. Or we have to upgrade to add palettes. But if not, we can just put the color palette in here. Okay. So we just mentioned a few colors. In Toastmasters, we have three main colors and one accent color. The three main colors are True Maroon, Loyal Blue, and Cool Gray. That is the names of these colors. But in Canva, they also have a specific name, which is the hashtag and the number, 6 different numbers here. Is everyone following?
Yeah. Are those numbers standard though?
The numbers are across the board in any, if you Google the number, if you just type in the number and Google it, yes, you will get the same color that you would get in Canva.
Okay,
Correct.
good.
Right, so these are called hex colors, right? And hex colors are across the board. If you go into any design element tool and you type in these colors, the hex color name, you will get that specific color. Okay, so somebody wanted to know how we got the logo onto the flyer. So let's go really quickly back up to uploads. And in your uploads, you would see the picture. All you do is click on the picture and it comes into your flyer. Okay, so let's delete that. Okay, so so let's go back to styles. And in styles, we're going to do our color palette. Oh, sorry, edit. So Untitled brand kit, and we click on edit and we add, at least it is showing us that we can add at least 2. So let's see if we can add at least 2 colors here. So for True Maroon, the color scheme, can you write this down, is 772432. And this color here is the True Maroon color for Toastmasters. So we click enter and that is there. On the next tile, we click another, we can edit the other color and we're going to put the Loyal Blue. So the Loyal Blues color palette is 004165. And we have the Loyal Blue here. And then we're going to click on another one and put the Cool Gray. Because this free version of Canva only uses 3 color palettes for this, I personally will not put the Cool Gray because who uses gray anyway? I think that gray is the least used color that the color schemes for logos. It does not highlight as well as the yellow. So if you want, you can put that color. However, I would put the accent color here. And the accent color is called Happy Yellow. And the number for Happy Yellow is F2DF74. So that's Happy Yellow. And if you wanted to use the full range of the color schemes, you would have clicked on this, or you'll have to upgrade to the paid version of Canva, which is, I think, $15 a month. We're using the free. And so we have created our brand kit color palette. And if you look to your top left-hand corner, you will see the 3 colors that I just placed into that palette. And I can click on that, and to make my life easier, you see all the words on my flyer changed. Did everybody get that far? Anyone?
Could you do it one more time in terms of adding the brand color to the color palette?
That's no problem. So we go over into edit at the top here. If you see my cursor, you click on edit, you see the brand kit. So in the free version of Canva, there are 3 options for a color palette. But in Canva, for Toastmasters, there's a 4th color. However, as an experienced VPPR, I know for a fact that Cool Gray, although a wonderful color, it is not used as often or as frequently as the Happy Yellow. So I'm going to enter the 2 or the 3 main colors that I personally use in my designs. If you think you use Cool Gray more than anything else, then I encourage you to put Cool Gray on this palette. However, at the bottom, at the bottom of this screen, you will see here color palette. You click on the color and then you type in the number of that color, well, the name, because it has letters too. So for True Maroon, it is 772432. And then you type it in again. And then you click on the next one. And that one brings up what we call Loyal Blue. Loyal Blue is 004165. And then you click on the third free option and you either put in Happy Yellow or Cool Gray. For those of you who do not have the number for Cool Gray, it is A9. I will type it in here so you can see. A9 B2 B1. And that you will see Cool Gray in this text. But like I mentioned to you, I seldom use Cool Gray. I often use Happy Yellow. So I will put Happy Yellow into this space. DF74. So let's not get out of this this page. If you scroll down, you will see add heading and subheadings. So these are some fonts that they would particularly add in Canva when you have the styles, when you click on styles. So if you add heading here, okay, so this is a paid version. So we will not go into that right now, but we have our our color schemes, and we X out of that, and here they are. Is that okay for everyone? Yes?
Yes, so we only change the letters, not the background.
Well, we're going to the background now.
So that was just for the letters.
The letters, yes. But
okay,
in
may I ask a question, please?
Sure.
There are 38 of us here. And
Yes.
I'm wondering if I am the only one that's lost. How many of us are following? I'd like to ask that question before you go further, because some of us don't speak because we feel shame that we completely lost. So am I the only one that's lost?
That is okay, Florence, Toastmaster Florence. Did you happen to get a copy of the PDF that we would have sent out?
I did, but I was not able to read it ahead of time. So I'm just wondering if, you know, I should stop.
You, girl. Florence, I let you.
Okay, so can you tell me exactly where are you lost?
Almost at the beginning. I'll tell you what, I am in profile. I type Toastmasters. I see logos, colors, fonts, templates. I see when I press to get the different colors, it's changing one of the flyers that's before me, but it's not doing exactly what you are saying to save and all of that. I see home. When I press home, it asks me, do you want to save or do you want to discontinue? I'm lost. So I'm just wondering.
Is this on Canva?
Yes, I'm on Canva.
Okay.
And I'm actually in a paid one because I couldn't get the free one. So I don't know where I am. I don't know.
Okay. So perhaps we can.
Do I press keep editing or discard changes? That's the first one. I just want to know how to get back to it.
Okay, so usually Canva is as you change your the different elements on your flyer, it automatically saves it.
Okay. So
I am not sure if which section is telling you if you should save or go back, because usually, let me show you, if I come out of this Canva, let's say I by mistake I press exit, and then I go back here and I go back to home, and I'm like, oh no, I just pressed exit and I wasn't finished. If you look here, you see recent designs, and you can click on what you were working on before.
Okay. Show me where you press on recent designs again.
So when you go back to the home, click home at the top.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then you scroll down.
Let me tell you where I am. I see unbranded, untitled brand kit. That's where I am. You know where that is? Untitled brand kit. Create your branded templates. And I press get
Monifa.
started.
Yes.
Monifa, hi. I'm not actually doing the flyer while you're doing it, but I think for the person who is lost, I'm following what you're saying. What I would suggest, if it's possible, Monifa, why don't you stop sharing your screen?
Sure.
And let the lady share her screen, and we can see where she is.
Okay.
Oh no, I can't do that. I can't share my screen because I'm actually listening on one device and designing on another. So just continue.
Okay, so my timer is actually telling me that I'm out of time this evening. However, I think timer, to make sure that everyone understands what we're doing, can I steal 5 minutes from our question and answer?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So in order for you to get back to where, I think what the problem is that you paid for a Canva account, and so you are doing it on a version that is on the pro version and not the single version, the free version. So you would have more, I guess, capabilities of maneuvering. So for example, when I went into the brand kit, you would be able to actually create a full brand kit for Toastmasters. And if that is something that you're interested in, I would be more than happy to do a one-on-one session with you, and we can go through these different elements on how to create on a paid version for Canva. Would you like that?
Yes, and we'll do that tomorrow because I'm in Montserrat today. It's a holiday and I'm not in the office where I could have done exactly what the others are doing on my regular computer, and that's the disadvantage. So thank you. Tomorrow then. Thank you.
Thank you, but do not log off. Still follow if you can.
I'm following. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I think, where am I? I am here. Okay. And for those of you who have been following, you would have created something similar to this. And now we're going to tackle the background. So in Canva, you can look on the side and you will see something called, on the left-hand side, and you will see something called backgrounds. If you click on the background, you will see a plethora of different black backgrounds in the Canva space. What I like to do, I like to start with a blank canvas. And so that is white. And there we go. And then from here, I like to edit my work by implementing what you call elements. If you click on elements on the left-hand corner of your screen, this is your toolbar. Your toolbar is your best friend. So you click on the left-hand corner of your toolbar. Because in Toastmaster brand, they ask us not to use things like sorry, what is that word called? The little cartoon characters and bit.lys and these little GIFs and stuff, they ask us not to use that. So they want it to look very sleek and very professional. And I use lines and shapes to create the sleekness and the professionalism that Toastmasters embodies. So if I am creating this, I would just click on I click on a shape. And so this shape of preference is a square. And as you can notice, if you look on the square, you can resize it, minimize it. And what I like to do is my battery's getting low. I like to resize it to triangular. So I will resize it to a triangle, pull this out. And because I want this to be a brand color, in brand color, to really highlight the yellow, I would go into up here, which is the color. There's a box at the top called color. I can change the color to something that is in the color palette for Toastmasters. So I will go with a blue. So you see how I change that color? And then if I want to make sure that the picture is, do you think this picture is in brand compliance? It is not in brand compliance. So I would change this picture. So I would go back into my uploads or go into photos and type in meeting. When you type in meetings, you would see a different meeting pictures here. Majority of them are paid, but a few of them are free. And because I want to invoke a picture of us being in a meeting space, something that Toastmasters would be proud of, I would click on a photo like this. Sorry, I would drag this photo into the space that is for that photo. Everybody's following?
Yes, we go.
And the last thing that I would do to create a different style is maybe implement another shape, usually a triangle. I will pull it all the way to the corner to give a different element to the photo, to the flyer, and I would change the color to a brand color as well. So I would go to, sorry, this is in my way. Okay, I will go to the color at the top and change it into yellow, or let's change it into another brand color. And there you have it. And then on here, I will edit the different text. So if you click on the text, you will see the name of the text. And if you see the name of the text, you can change the name of the text here. And in Toastmasters, there are 2 different texts that you can use. And these are, they're paid versions and they're free versions. And in Canva, we use the free version. And that is, for the paid version is Gotham. And for the free version for Gotham is Montserrat. So because it's the title, in Toastmasters, we use Montserrat as the heading, and we use Source and Pro as the body of the text. So for this, I would use Montserrat. I would type in Montserrat here. M-O-N-T, right. So we have it here, it's a free version. And so you can either use Montserrat Classic, Montserrat Extra Bold. So I like to use Extra Bold because it really gives a pop for the heading. And for the text at the bottom here, I would, so let's type in, let's say we're highlighting Antigua Toastmasters, Toastmasters Club. We can minimize that text. I'm going to wrap up just now. I see the red lights. And for this text, we see that it's a different font and we want to make sure that it's in brand compliance. So we change it to Source Sans Pro. So we look for Source Sans Pro. This is, okay, so Sans Pro. And this is also a free version, a free text, a free font. And so you see now the flyer is in brand compliance. So we change that here to Source Sans Pro as well. And we are now in brand, this in itself is brand compliance. And so you would add text by click on text at the side, add a subheading, something will come up and you can type in what you want in there. Okay, so because I'm out of time, I encourage you to look at the little guide that I have prepared. And if you have any questions, timer, do we have any time for any questions at all?
Yes, you have 5 minutes. I'm sorry.
Okay. So any questions?
I have one.
Yes.
Yeah. So the difficulty with Canva is the page on which you're working. It's so small. Is there a way to get it much bigger to work on it?
If you look at the bottom right-hand corner, you see the percentage of what is on what can be seen. So if you can enlarge it, but obviously if you're not enlarging it too much, you will only you will zoom right in. So you enlarge it to the space that you would like, and then you can always move it around in order to edit.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Suppose you wanted us.
I have a question.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have put up my hand, right?
Okay.
That's okay. You can go ahead.
Spencer, go ahead, please.
Sorry. Suppose you didn't want a full-size page and you just wanted a quarter of a page. How would you size it?
What do you mean a quarter of a page? You mean you wanted the page to be smaller?
Smaller.
Okay, that is
be smaller.
Okay, so in the paid version of Canva, there's something called resize at the top left. But because we're using the free version, it would be advisable in the start of your design. So let's go to the home page on this. At the start of your design, you really look at what you want to create the page for. And if you look at the bottom, you will see the different sizes of
Okay,
pages.
okay. Yes, I see that. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. There was another question? Okay. Any more questions? Yes.
Something when elements like you added the rectangle and you want to...
Oh, we're not hearing you clearly. I'm sorry.
Sorry, when you add the element, for example, I add a square and I want to change the color of it.
Okay,
To make,
so
yes.
Okay, let me show you very quickly. Okay, so we go into elements and we added a square. If you see here, it's gray. At the top, in the middle of the page, at the top left-hand corner, you will see color. You click on color, and then you can change it to any color you want. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you can also change the colors here. So you see where it says the search engine, you can type in Toastmaster brand color because it's not in my brand kit here. And you can type in cool blue and color and it will come up. So let me type in white or black. Let me see, F is white. Okay, so you will see it on the top here. That's white. And if you type in 0000006 zeros, it's black.
Okay.
Right. So you would be able to type in a color here if you don't want to have the brand kit or the brand guide, and then you would see the color on the left-hand corner at the top. Okay. So you can also delete by, let me show you, clicking on that element. Now you see it's highlighted in a square, and you press backspace or delete and it goes away. Or you can also do the undo button. At the top before resize, you can click the undo button. That can be your friend or your worst enemy, but you click the undo button and it undoes the actual thing that you deleted before. Okay, Any other questions? I see here there's a raised hand. I'm Devine.
Good evening. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Monifa. Very good presentation.
Thank you.
But I was in and out of most of the session because I'm in another session presently. But my question is, can I rejoin to gather all of the info at another time? Because I noticed there might be other sessions with the same presentation. Would I be able to join it another time?
Okay, so if my president, like, she will, I guess we can do a training session that is not a part of a meeting and have a standalone training session where we could have a full 2 hours in which we can actually dive into Canva again. But this was just a brief comprehensive session for us to get our feet wet, and possibly with my VPPE and my president, we can work on something to do a deep training course into how to use Canva and make it as interactive as it was this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. And might I add that I'm all the way from Jamaica, and I'm happy to be hearing from all of you guys up there, over there, I should say. So looking forward to that. Hope you can convince your president to do so.
I'm sure she will be inclined.
At an early date too.
Yes, I'm sure she'll be inclined to host us for a meeting. I don't have any more time. I'm sorry, Miss Toastmaster Joaquin. However, you can type your question in the chat and perhaps I can answer you there. But our meeting must go on. So I must hand the mic and the virtual lectern back over to the Toastmaster of the evening, President Ursula Willa.